Well, it's a very good afternoon in the cottage. It's a very wet afternoon just outside. So I'm laughing, okay, because of the way just how energy works. It's really quite intriguing. I was down at Ardcarn Garden Centre yesterday because I got a little present and I thought I would go and purchase a few little bits and pieces, including some lovely wind chimes for the tunnel. So everyone's going to benefit from that. But anyway, I was there and there's a lovely, lovely lady who works down there called Catherine. And Catherine has asked me several times over recent years, would I be interested in coming down to Ardcarn on a chosen Saturday and giving a talk. So it's an advertised talk, you know, so people would be there to listen to my blatherings. So she asked me again, and this time I thought, you know, Colette, why not just embrace this, okay? I try to keep a sort of a low profile within my local community. I don't have to try very hard because I don't really go out that much. So I thought to myself, when Catherine asked me, I thought, well, usually I do a little fundraiser for the place where my beloved Jack came from, which is Leitrim Animal Rescue Centre, Welfare Centre it's called, but it rescues dogs and cats, you know, and rehomes them. And Christine, who runs the place, has got like a 97 or 98% rehoming success rate. So you cannot help but want to support that, you know. So I said to Catherine, okay, Catherine, I'm going to agree to this. I will let you know in due course when is going to be a good time for me. But I'm going to create a PowerPoint. I'm going to be really professional with this and bring photographs along, you know, and create a PowerPoint. So she said, don't worry, I've got a projector and we don't have a white screen, but there's a white wall. Anyway, I've got lots more to say on this particular issue because it's given me ideas for taking a little roadshow around, which is something I wanted to do years ago. I wanted to do a permaculture roadshow to show people everywhere what's possible. And I did ask for help, you know, i.e. a grant to buy, you know, the white screen and projector and stuff like that. And I was turned down. I've never actually got a grant from anyone for anything. But I'm very fortunate because there are some of my subscribers who support me in these things. So I still don't have a projector or white screen, but you know, that could be on my long finger wish list. Anyway, last night, because of course I'm in between doing other things as well. I'm on a 100-day juice fast, which I think is helping to create this energy, you know. Create this positive energy because I feel incredibly positive. I'm feeling fantastic. Look, I've got my little clean canteen. So this is, I bought this out in Canada. And this holds my juice. Because all this drinking juice out of straws and stuff, for me is just nonsense. It's baloney. Baloney, as you say out in the States. You love it when someone like John Wayne says baloney. Anyway, so this is brilliant. And So I'm drinking away at this green juice and I'm feeling just fab. And I'm sleeping really well, etc., etc. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, because I'm always forgetting to advertise myself here, if you would like to follow my juice fast through a daily diary with photographs that I'm putting up, please go to the website. There's a link there. Now, yes, you will have to pay a subscription for it, and that's simply to sort out the wheat from the chaff, because I don't want the entire world peeping in on me and my and my weight problem. So, and anyone who is going to seriously follow me and pay the subscription is obviously a loyal follower and subscriber, and, you know, respects me for who I am. Okay, so I'm putting that aside now. So this is my album that I've created so far. So what I'm going to do, because look, I'm feeling terribly tech savvy. So now let me see if I can remember how to do this. Slideshow, okay. Press slideshow. Now, am I doing this properly? Do I just press on this? How does this go? My laptop's running a wee bit slow. You're probably at the other end of the screen shouting, press that button. I don't know what I'm doing. View. Should we press view? Is that going to do it? Obviously, you know, I have to pull myself together on this and get to know how to... What's this thing here? Oh, here we go. There we go. Right. And put this camera up sort of towards the screen. So you all know that iconic photograph. So these are the photographs that I've put up so far. Oh, I've missed one, haven't I? There was a simpler way of doing this. Let me go back up. There we go. So that was like the before and after pic. I'll just click this once. And that's a little poster that I made. To be free, live simply. Or maybe I should be pressing this. Oh, next slide. There we go. Look, little icon down there, and it says next slide. Do you know, I'm feeling very empowered. So there we go. There's another iconic photograph. Look at that. You know, that's over where the fairy wood begins now. Can you see these trees here? I'm going to have a big long stick to point to things when I'm doing this presentation. But this is where the orchard is, and the polytunnel's here. Okay, so we'll click on, go on forward. So guess who that is? It's the changeling cat, Sammy Birkin, giving his most magical stare. Look at this. Oh, what am I pressing now? Gosh, sorry about that, folks. Let me just press back up. There we go. So, do you know, I could just use the focus instead. That's better, isn't it? Okay. Now, continue. Previous slide, next slide. That's another iconic photograph there. And of course the stone, one of the big stones that was raised up out of the land where the pond is now. Any of you who've got the book A Cottage in 3 Acres will know all about this stone. And of course, look at this. Doesn't the cottage look sad there? Look at the state of it. And that was after I trimmed all the I trimmed all the flipping rushes. You know, I actually took that photograph because I thought, this is really great, I've got something to be proud of. And you can just see around the cottage where I've started the planting. Another wonderfully iconic photograph. All the dog daisies and the valerian. And that, of course, is another iconic one in 2004. That's literally standing outside the cottage on the day I got the keys and looking down from the front door. And my favourite saying, don't throw it away. There is no away. Jeff Lawton. I love Jeff Lawton. I think he's the best permaculture teacher in the whole world. He's brilliant. If you want to know about permaculture, he's got lots and lots of videos up on YouTube. Jeff Lawton. You can solve all the world's problems in a garden. Happy Samhain. Another iconic photograph. The beautiful colours of the trees. And this one. Seek out a tree and let it teach you stillness. Eckhart Tolle. The month of Bealtaine at Bealtaine Cottage, Ireland. The first month of summer in the Celtic calendar. There's the beautiful stone circle. Permaculture, a way of living a circular life. Have you enough stuff yet? Good. Now get on with living. That's a little rant poster. Co-creating with Mother Earth. This is what goddess-inspired permaculture looks like. And you can just see the smoke coming from the little stove there with the kettle on the top. A permaculture food garden produces up to 4 times more food per acre as a conventional farm. And that's one of my little potager beds. Permaculture, planting the revolution 1 tree at a time. There's one of my apple trees, heavy with fruit. Ah, there's Gloria. Think permaculture. 1 hen and a bed of potatoes will give you egg and chips all year. Sorry, the camera's shaking because I'm laughing. But can you see the simplicity in that? Pure simplicity. You know, people keep cats and dogs. You can keep a hen perfectly well. She'd be very happy, you know, in a little hen house, and it can be like a little dog kennel, as long as she's got somewhere to roost, and she's got access to a little bit of garden, you know. And Gloria was such a happy hen. She was rescued, you know. Gloria was rescued from one of those dreadful, cruel, cruel hen batteries. Disgusting how people become so greedy that they become cruel for greed. Horrible. Now that's a beautiful book, by the way. Is it called The God of All Small Things? Arundhati Roy. And that's a quote from the book. On a quiet day you can hear her breathing. Goddess-inspired permaculture at Bealtaine Cottage, Ireland. Now this particular photograph was taken, what would it have been? 2013? Yeah. No. 2004. Yeah, 2013, when I'd planted 900 trees. Of course I've lost count now what I've planted. So, oh, that was the blank one. Don't know why that's blank. I have to fill that in. So, just some more nice pictures. This is one that was taken last summer when I got that little arch This was last summer as well. And again, I'm just going to go quickly through these. And the beautiful roses on the veranda last summer. There's Jack looking wistfully down the driveway. And that's the clematis on the front of the cottage. That should be breaking into flower now in the next few weeks. That's the clematis again. And that's May. The month of May at Bealtaine. And that's how it was. The sadness. Bluebells. Real bluebells. There we go again. I think that's April down in the bog garden. And there's Jack in the fairy wood. That was the tunnel last year. Swap tables since. That's Honesty, Lunaria, over in the Lunasa garden. Again, that was about May, I think it was. There we go, that's a lovely one. Look at Jack. And that's the little steps at the back that go up to the washing line. And there's the back door. The veranda. So you can see I've lined up some interesting photographs. There's the goddess by the she shed. There's my little fairies on the table. That's a lovely one too. The chair just in the arch. And there's the tunnel, looking fab, green and lovely. And there's two willow archways. And the lodge. So you can see I'm putting together quite an interesting slideshow. And there's the centre of all activity there in the kitchen. And then these photographs are of inside the cottage, because it's good to show people as well what can be done with very little. True permaculture. There's the fairy wood. And there's Sammy Birkin. And that's just some of the bunches of grapes on the veranda last year. So that's the end of the slideshow at the moment, but I think I'm going to put about 100 photographs together. I think there's about 60 odd there. So, as you can see, I've been very busy. Now, yeah, this is day 4 of my juice fast. I do an email, I do a, what would it be called? A big mail. Anyway, it's BCC, so it means that it's a blind, you know, email, in that no one sees, all the email addresses are private, should we say. So the email that you receive, if you subscribe to the Juice Fast, is addressed only to you, and you don't get to see anyone else's details. That's something else I've learned, you see. Because I didn't know what BCC stood for until I had a conversation with my youngest daughter, who said it means blind. Means no one else gets to see. I thought, oh, that's very interesting. So there we go. Blessings to you all. I've got to nip over to the post office now because it's 6 minutes past 4. And those of you who've signed up, you'll be getting the email later on. Oh, and I've lost more weight. Blessings, bye.